Welcome back, Game Week King family, to another F1 Clash video, and we're here for our boost guide video for the Australian GP. But before we jump into that, so update 27 is now in full rollout mode. So you guys should be getting the update. So make sure you check your Play Store. It's been out. It's going to be going out on Android. It normally goes out a little later on iOS. So if you have iOS, it will be coming out pretty soon for you. But for Android users, it should be rolling out now. So make sure you check your Play Store to see if you have the update so you can now get updated. All right, as I said, the glitch wasn't affecting me. And so those of you who the glitch was affecting or the bug was affecting, Hutch has put out now a solve to that. So make sure you just go back into your store and update the game again to get that fixed. All right, so we're going to be jumping now into our Australian Grand Prix boost guide video. Let's get over on the boost menu. And we're going to be telling you guys the best boosts to use in your qualifying and opening round and your final round to get the most points possible. All right, so upcoming event, we're going to be seeing whose driver it is. I think it's Alonso and Gasly getting a 20% buff. So this week is going to be an epic week to push those cars to get the most you can get in your GP events. Now, if you have not win a Champions GP event, you want to make sure you win the Contenders GP so you can get 75% here for your highest GP finish. All right, so make sure if you have not won the Champions GP, you drop down to Contenders so you can win the Contenders GP. And this event is a pretty good event to drop down because you're getting 20% buff and your drivers are basically going to be qualifying in the front of the pack if you have them at good levels. All right, so let's jump on back to the boost menu and jump on back into the event. So for the qualifying round, first race up, we see it's going to be Australia 0% wet, and that's going to require corners and grip. So any boost that gives you corners and grip, or the boost that you want to be using for that race, like the Kawhi, the downforce, the Jin gives you corners and grip, so you can go those boosts if you want to get that double effect on both drivers, or you could go one boost with high corners and one boost with high grip. You're still getting the corners and grip effect in there. All right, next track after Australia is going to be Brazil, and Brazil is going to be requiring speed and corners for Brazil. So you want to go for boost that gives you speed and boost that gives you corners, and there is no boost that gives you both speed and corners, so you have to go like one boost on speed, one boost on corners. Or if you want to go one driver on speed, you can go also double drivers on speed, so you use two speed boosts if you want to get a full fast effect through there at Brazil. All right, also Brazil is where you're going to be setting your fastest lap in qualifying. So if you're going to be putting up a challenge for a P1 spot, then you want to put in your fastest qualifying lap at Brazil there. All right, next track up is going to be Saudi Arabia, one of my favorite track in the game right now. I could say hands down it's my favorite right now, I'm not gonna lie. And it's speed and corners, but mostly speed. All right, so you want to go both drivers with some speed boost, and you should do really well at Saudi Arabia. And if you haven't seen our strategy video, make sure to check that out on how to win Saudi Arabia, and you could get some tips there on how to get some wins. All right, and the final track is going to be Australia, and we've already covered Australia, which is corners and grip. So use the same boost that you use on the first race for your Australian race. And there you go, your qualifying round is through, and you should get qualified with that score. Now for Saturday, your opening round, and Sunday, your final round. Basically the same thing, Saturday and Sunday. Now, first race up is going to be Australia with 10% wetness. Now, whenever you see like low percentage wetness here, there's still a chance of rain, but normally it's some kind of bipolar rain. So you know it's corners and grip if it's dry for Australia. But however, if you're one of those that are going to get that one little wet race in there, or that one little wet bipolar race, then it's going to be speed and corners for the wet race at Australia. All right, next up is going to be Miami. Another one of my favorite tracks in the game right now, and that's going to be speed and corners for Miami. Mostly speed, so you can take advantage of the long straights and inside line and outside line with your dead fast and stuff like that. All right, to pick up some position. The next track up is going to be Italy, Monza, and we see for Monza, Italy is going to be corners and grip as it's dry. So 100% corners and grip here at Monza. If you could throw in a little bit of tire management with your corners and grip, that's really nice. Like the downforce throws in a little bit of tire management in there. A boost like the Taurus throws a little bit of tire management in there. A boost like the Eagle throws a little bit of tire management in there. That's really good for you at Italy. All right. Next track up is going to be the Spa with a 6% chance of rain, and Spa is one of those tracks like the United Kingdom, like the Miami, like the Jeddah, where it's just speed and corners. It doesn't matter if it's wet or dry, it's just speed and corners. Only difference is if it's wet, then you're going to be selecting speed and corners with wetness ability. Definitely add that wetness ability in there. You don't just want to go for raw speed and corners with no wetness ability. That's basically going to slow your drivers down. All right. So next track up after Belgium is going to be the Netherlands, 100% wet. And for this one, we're going to be seeing speed and corners. Is it speed and corners? Yeah, speed and corners with wetness ability, as I just stated. So boosts like the Hex, the Tune, the Prince, the Exception. Those are the boosts that you want to be using at Netherlands there. Now, here we go for our next one. 6 is France. France is basically the same kind of track like Italy. It's corners and grip, and if you could throw in some tire management in there, it works wonders. So the same boost that you used at Italy, you could go for those same boosts at France, and it will work wonders for you, especially with that little extra corners and that extra little extra tire management that you're going to throw in there. All right. Next track up is going to be Imola, 67% chance of rain, and Imola is going to be the fastest lap track for this event. Now that is very interesting that Imola is the fastest lap track of this event. Here's the reason why. Some players might get Imola dry, some players might get Imola wet. Anybody who's lucky enough to get a dry lap at Imola or get 2 dry laps at Imola, they're going to get the fastest lap. All right, so if you're lucky enough to get a dry start and then you jump on into some rain, then you're going to get the fastest lap of the event. So Imola is going to be decided, the fastest lap at Imola is going to be decided like by weather. So it all comes down to what the luck of the draw is for you, which is exciting to me. I really like the idea of having some luck, because each race F1 drivers and teams go into the race with some form of luck. You know what I mean? So that's epic to have Imola being the decider of this event. All right. So the boost for Imola, if it's dry, it's going to be corners and grip. And if it's wet, then it's going to be speed and grip. All right. So that's the boost for Imola, corners and grip. And if it's wet, speed and grip with wetness ability. Just remember that. All right. And the final track is going to be Australia, finishing it off. And as you know, it's corners and grip for Australia to finish it off. And that's basically the boost guide for you guys. All right, so make sure you guys give it your best shot. And as I said, if you have not won the Champions GP, it will be a good time now to drop down to the Contenders GP to put up a fight. Now, if you're going to be dropping down to the Contenders GP and you're going to be qualifying in the front, you need to take it in conclusion of the fastest lap. This is why I've shared the tracks to get the fastest lap on. So good luck to you guys. Hopefully you get it and you can increase your season score reward possibly to the next tier. All right, I'm at 95%. There's no way I can get 100% because I have to max out like all the parts to get 100%. I'm not going to do that. So yeah, that's the best I can get. So I'm happy with that, 95%. All right. So that's basically going to be it for this one. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this one and what you guys which division you guys will be doing. Let me know down in the comments. Use code word season score to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys watching full videos for all your support, and that's basically going to be it for this one. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. All good, guys. Bye.
Shout out to Vid Mantis, Alfredo Jr., Touch My Dilly, and Xavier Magni.
And they say if we'll only avoid any confrontation with the enemy, he'll forget his evil ways.